Hi there. Welcome back to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine, and I'm here with a little episode of What's on My Desk. This is kind of part two for today. I want to put this beautiful fussy cut on the front page of the first signature. So I thought we could do that together. And I also want to show you how I do a quick aging of new paper to make it look older. For example, here is stave 2, which is the front page of the second signature. In A Christmas Carol, the chapters are called staves, and I have a copy of A Christmas Carol that was from 2005. It's not precious, and so I've been using that as my cut up copy, and I have all the stave salutations from that. So I'm using that in this Cratchit Christmas Carol. So I'm going to age this to make it look old, and then I'm going to I've already fussy cut it. I'm going to ink around the edge of this and put it there. Because the ends are all so lacy, there's just no way I want to glue that on and make it a tuck spot. I am just going to put it right on to the page, and so that the person, the new owner, can journal here. I think I'm going to put stave 1 either off to the side there, centered, or maybe I want to, that would give them more journaling space. We'll see. All right, so you know what? Let's do the staves first, shall we? Let me make sure it's in focus, and then I'm going to sit down to do this. So I hope it stays in focus. My apologies if it doesn't. It's just easier for me to work while I'm sitting down. Hold on. I have got to... This old bottle is starting to do a Fabri-Tac mucky mess thing. I think it's time to clean it out. My art glitter glue, or as it's known in my house, the precious. Love that glue. All right, so what I want to do first is, because I want them to all be very, very similar, is I used my my store-bought tear ruler. Now, where is it? Of course, it's gone. Oh, there it is. Surprised I can find anything on this desk today. And yes, Nancy, that ribbon is still missing. All right, so I want this so that I know I've got it even. All right, here we go. So I want it approximately there. One down. I'm using the book edge so that I know that I've got that angle correct, so that when I'm doing the north-south tear, I'm truly going north-south. I'm hoping the publisher got the paper printed right. Now, I don't want Marley's ghost there. Marley, you're not in this book. You didn't haunt Bob Cratchit. You helped him, though. So that was nice of you. Thank you. All right, so I want that line. I like it. But I don't want Marley's ghost. Alrighty. Come on. Let's go. Thank you. There we go. My lace ghost. And then let me take a look and see. All right. So you about there. All right, there we go. Stave 1 is ready for the next step. I don't need this anymore. So this is where I will make good use of, because that's very new looking and I want it to be very old looking. So this is where I'll use my antique linen distress ink. It's just a very, very pale yellow, and I will just really go at it. I find if I'm working on a tiny little piece of paper, you still have to be gentle. It's very easy to tear a piece of paper, especially with a makeup sponge, because it's kind of grippy, and I've torn paper before. And of course, I don't have copies of these, so I want to get it right because I want them all to match, and I want to be able to use them because they actually were in an actual Christmas Carol edition. See that? I almost folded that over. Ugh. So there we go. That makes it a really nice, warm golden yellow. Get out my old gathered twigs, and I will go around the edge. I want a really bold edge, which is why I'm not using my little gentle brush. I want that edge to almost look like it was burnt. So that's why I am specifically using my makeup sponge for that edge. I'm still going to add more ink to it, but I want the edge to be a very bold brown, just because that's my preference for what I'm doing for this particular label. All right, and now I think I will use my brush because I want to bring that in a bit now. And I want it to not necessarily be even. I want this shading and aging to have some character. So I'm not looking for it to be absolutely precise. I want some areas darker, some areas lighter. See, I don't mind that. I want it to kind of look grungy. There we go. Okay, I'm happy. All right, so now I want to ink around the edges of this. Again, I want these edges very, very dark. I'm not being subtle here because this is really busy. And if I don't really make those edges dark, it's not going to stand out at all. So and it's tough paper, so I can be a little bit rough with this. And then I'll show you what I do with those little cracks and crevices. I'm sure most of you already do it, but I hope I'm in the camera. Hold on, I'm going to stand up. In the camera. I am. Yay. Okay. Let's keep going. So I'm getting at what I can get at, because of course this is a great big makeup sponge and these are tiny little cracks. So I'm doing what I can, but then I will go back. I really want that circle nice and dark. I want it to stand out from the tea-dyed paper. I don't want it to blend. I want it to stand out. Okay. Now what I will do is I will get a fresh Q-tip and I will use it as a inker, and I'll go into those little corners that that big makeup sponge wouldn't fit into, and I'll get those inked as well. I use Q-tips all the time, so I make sure that I actually buy the good quality ones, because this is 100% cotton and this is 100% paper, so it's recyclable. They're so great for blotting up if you're painting with watercolors and there's too much and you just want to do a quick blot up. They're great, like I said, for inking. I'll reuse this many, many times before I'm done. It'll get fluffier and fluffier, but they're very handy. So I put it aside and I will use that again. All right, so now, this is getting kind of mucky. Hold on. Now I'm going to glue that on, but I have to decide. I have to decide where I want it. I know I want this down here because it was already on the corner of a page, so the shape of that holly is lends itself to looking pretty in a corner, so I have to put it down there. This is where I'm wondering, no, see, it covers up that the children are gathering twigs. I don't want it down there. I do want it up here, and I think I do want it centered. That still leaves plenty of space for journaling. Yeah. Okay, so here's another little thing that I do to make sure that I am doing something evenly. Get out my little mat again. This is where, you know, don't try and clean your mat with acetone. You'll lose your grid lines. All right, so I want that there. So what I will do is I'll put a very faint pencil line. That gives me, how am I for time? Oh, I'm fine for time. Okay. That will give me a line to aim for when I'm going to plop it down with glue. And then I want it centered mostly. 4 3/4. So, oh, you know what? Why am I fooling around? Where is my zero ruler? There it is. All right, so 2 and a bit, 2 1/2, 2 1/4, 2 3/8. There we go. There's center. All right, so then I'll sort of make a little T mark. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see what I've done. So you can see I've done a line, faint line, and then a little downward stroke so that I know where the center is. And that way I can pretty well try my best. That'll help me get it centered when I plop it down. Now this paper isn't fragile, so I will use a glue stick on it. I won't use my aerosol spray. I'm still gentle with it because I don't know if any of you have had this happen. I've been overly vigorous with glue sticks and completely ripped what it was I was trying to glue. Now again, I know I said it before, I don't trust glue sticks. So I will still go around the edge with a teeny tiny little bead of art glitter glue. All right. So there's my little line. I'm going to go over it. I don't want my pencil mark to show. There. Lovely. Like that. That looks nice. All right, so now I need to get this little baby ready. So again, I'm going to pull out a glue stick. And I'm going to just glue stick the center and all those little fussy areas. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Get all those little tiny ins and outs. This will hold it down. Boy, this glue is wonderful for that. And this nib, you can't beat it for gluing down fussy cuts. Boy, oh boy, it's wonderful. Just want to make sure, I'm not sure I got the glue stick into those little areas. It's definitely in the center. There we go. All right. Nice. Okay. I like that. I'm happy with that. All right, stave one, you need your insides. There you go. Oh, from the previous one, part one of this morning, I made that card that has the original dedication from the book from the original owner, and I decided to put it inside the letter to Mrs. Cratchit. So it's tucked in that little envelope with, oh, hold on, come on out, with that little letter. So the two of them are in there for now. So that's there. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to turn the camera off now. I am going to finish aging staves 3, 4, and 5. And you already saw me do 1, so there's no need for me to keep going. So I'm going to get these done. And yeah, so thanks for visiting. Thanks for hanging around with me for a little while. I hope you're all having a really good day. I gotta tell you, lots of new people have been commenting on my videos, and thank you very much. Well, same with the oldies commenting. Thank you too. But it's very nice. I love hearing, first of all, I love hearing when you have answers to my questions, but I also just love hearing your opinions on things and your suggestions and your experiences. Boy, I never thought that I'd enjoy something so much, but I really, really enjoy the opportunity YouTube gives us to see what each other is doing and to comment and talk about the work that we're doing. I love it. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who takes a moment to write little comments down there. I read every single one, and I really do try my very best to click like so that you know that I read it, and wherever possible, I also try and put a little comment of my own there too. I forgot one more little thing I wanted to talk about, so here I am signing off, and I wanted to, one more little thing. And of course, where is it now? I can't find what I wanted to show you. Where's all my Christmas postcards? Oh, for Pete's sake, there it is. Okay, so I have for the stave 3 is going to be, I'm calling it right now, Mrs. Cratchit's Kitchen. And it's going to be all about the Christmas dinner. So the first page of it, I've titled Christmas Eve. That's the square from the calendar, the Thomas Kincaid calendar. So I put that there, and with this photo, and I thought I have some genuine antique Christmas cards here. And I love this one, and I've seen this kind before. I've seen other people use them, and I lucked out on one of these, and it's this is the real deal. It's old. They double side them, and both sides are different, but they put lace or feathery material along the edge in the middle, so when they double side it, that's peeking out over the side, which I just think is so beautiful. So that, who knows how old that is. It's Victorian. That's what they used to do in the Victorian times. So it's definitely a Victorian postcard. So I just thought I'd do my little version of it for this illustration. I didn't want to go overboard too much. So this sweet little picture of the ladies in the kitchen, they're stirring the plum pudding. And this is something our family does. There's an old saying that if you stir the family plum pudding, if you stir the batter, you'll have good luck for the upcoming year. So my kids, God, they're wonderful. They've actually been known to drive over to my house, because now, of course, they're adults. They have their own homes and they have families, but they've been known to drive over to my house when they know I'm making plum pudding so that they can stir the batter so that they'll have good luck for the upcoming year. So, and that's what they're all doing. I cut it out of a book, so you can't read the wording of it, but everyone's taking a turn stirring the plum pudding batter. So if you make plum pudding, make sure everyone stirs the batter, and you'll have good luck for the following year coming up. All right, that's it. I am going to go for sure now, and I'm going to go make these look old. Thanks for visiting, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye.